to Istanbul and welcome to the tour program here in Turkey. Today we're gonna show you the most touristic places here in Istanbul, the places you must visit. Let's go.
Istanbul is Turkey's most popular city. It's divided by the Bosphorus Strait, where the Asian and the European continent collide. It is also the Turkey's most populous city, counting with between 12 and 19 million people, making it also one of the largest cities in Europe and the world. The city of Istanbul is important to geography because it has long history that spans the rise and fall of the world's most famous empires. Due to its participation in these empires, Istanbul has also undergone various name changes throughout its length history. Its old city reflects cultural influences of the many empires that once ruled here as Byzantium, the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Eastern Rome Empire, the Latin Empire, the Ottoman Empire, and all of these share something in common with this city. Istanbul was the capital of their empires until the Republic of Turkey was created in 1923. The Turks came on power of it after the occupation of the Allies in the First World War. It led to the independence of Turkey. After successfully winning, their capital city was moved from Istanbul to Ankara. Some of the interesting districts of this city are Sultan Ahmet, Haydar Pasha, Üsküdar, Eyüp, Galata, Pera, Ortaköy, Taksim, Eminönü, Fatih, Balat, and the Bosphorus. And here are some of the most popular and attractive places from Istanbul for the tourist.
The Galata Tower was constructed in 1348 and it was the tallest structure in the city for centuries. It still dominates the skyline north of the Golden Horn. Galata Tower is situated in the bustling Istanbul district of Galata and is a medieval attraction which occupies an important place in the city's history. It regards visitors with stunning views if they climb up to the top. Galata Tower was built as a lighthouse tower by the Byzantine Emperor Anastasius in the 6th century. Originally, the tower was made with wood, but it was rebuilt with stone and named the Tower of Christ. Today, you can climb up Galata Tower to its viewing platform. The tower is 66 meters tall and it offers breathtaking panoramas of Istanbul. From the tower, many of the city's major sites are visible, including the Hagia Sophia, Sultan Ahmet Mosque, and the famous Golden Horn, which separates Istanbul's European and Asian halves.
The Sultan Ahmet Mosque was created by Tzedek Mehmed Aga, who was a disciple of the architect Sinan between 1609 and 1616. It is a Muslim temple of worship located in Istanbul, in front of the Saint Sophia's Church, and is separated from it by a garden. This temple is one of the two mosques in Turkey that has 6 minarets that are towers where prayer is summoned. At first, the Sultan was criticized as a presumptive person because of the number of minarets, so that he decided to add one more in Kaaba Mosque in Mecca as a way of solving the problem. This is a common place where tourists can go and is still used as a mosque. If a person wants to enter, they have to be wearing appropriate clothes that don't show a lot of skin, and women have to be wearing a veil or something similar to cover their hair. People have to follow some rules. For example, you have to enter without shoes, you have to leave them at the entrance or keep them in bags. If you don't want to be barefoot, you can wear socks. Another rule is to avoid using flash at the time of taking pictures. This is an interesting place to visit if you want to know more about the Turkish culture, but it is important to remember that it is a sacred place, so that you have to be very respectful.
Grand Bazaar is one of the largest and oldest covered markets in the world, with 61 covered streets and over 4,000 shops, covering an area of 54,653 square meters, which attract between 250,000 and 400,000 visitors daily. The Grand Bazaar at Istanbul is often regarded as one of the first shopping malls of the world. The Grand Bazaar was commissioned by Mehmed II immediately after the Ottoman conquest of Istanbul in 1453 to provide financial resources for Hagia Sophia. For centuries, the Grand Bazaar was the most vital center for commerce, handcraft, and finance in the Mediterranean and Near East. Today, many may prefer the Grand Bazaar as a tourist trap, but that's a distortion of the truth. Sure, without proper preparation for a visit to the Grand Bazaar, you may be an easy prey for the seasoned shopkeepers. But if you know how to bargain like a Turk, you can make excellent deals for authentic leather items, carpets, gold, silver, or souvenirs, just like the locals do. In the end, the Grand Bazaar was and is a place where business flourished. The fact that it became a tourist attraction is of course a nice extra.
Maiden's Tower, also known as Linder Tower, Tower of Leandros. Since the medieval Byzantine period, is a tower lying on a small islet located at the southern entrance of Bosphorus, spread 200 meters from the coast of Üsküdar in Istanbul. There are many legends about the construction of the tower and its location. According to the most popular Turkish legend, an emperor had a much beloved daughter, and one day an oracle prophesied that she would be killed by a venomous snake on her 18th birthday. The emperor, in an effort to save his daughter, early the mist by placing her away from land so as to keep her away from any snakes. Had the tower built in the middle of Bosphorus to protect his daughter until her 18th birthday, the princess was placed in the tower, where she was frequently visited only by her father. The tower, often named Linder Tower in reference to the legend of Hero and Linder, was destroyed during an earthquake. Since then, it was used as a lighthouse. Today, is a restaurant in the first floor and a cafe at the top of the tower.
As you already know the city of Istanbul, you can go and visit it.
Host Chakal and have a good day.